In the news tonight, East Ramvelt man wanted for attempted murder of 6-year-old and guns, ammunition and marijuana found during police-led operation in South Ramvelt. The Guyana Police Force today issued a wanted bulletin for Marlon Marcos, called Mice Man, who is wanted for attempted murder committed on Jeremiah Gustav. The 6-year-old boy remains in a critical condition on life support at the Georgetown Public Hospital after he was shot in the head by a gunman riding a motorcycle who was shooting indiscriminately in Charles Street, Charlestown last week. At the time, the child was with his mother, who is a food vendor, who was plying her trade in front of her home. As the gunman approached the woman's food stall, he discharged 4 rounds in the direction of a man known as Crab, who was standing not far from the 6-year-old and his mother. Crab then began to run and made good his escape. In the process, the 6-year-old victim was shot and fell to the ground. The lawmen recovered 2 9mm spent shells at the scene. The police are reporting that Marlon Marcos, called Mice Man, last known address is East Ramvelt and All Boys Town. The police are asking anyone with information that can lead to the arrest to call 911 or the nearest police station. The Guyana Police Force is in search of 2 persons whose identities have not been released in connection with the discovery of 4 guns, more than 1,700 rounds, and a quantity of marijuana. According to a press statement released by the police force, the discovery was made by ranks attached to the narcotics unit of the Criminal Investigations Department on Tuesday during an intelligence-led operation. The team, which was led by a cadet officer, were conducting a search of an alleyway located at back of Park Place, Cul-de-sac, which is bordered by a play field and 3 houses in South Ramvelt. During the search, the ranks discovered this pink suitcase hidden under some zinc sheets in a clump of bushes. Contained in the suitcase were 1 black AR rifle, a black and blue AR rifle, 1 Ruger 9mm pistol with a magazine, 1 Taurus 9mm pistol with a magazine, a BSA telescopic sight, 3 ATN Viper telescopic sight, 1 Bushnell rangefinder, and 1,752 rounds of ammunition. The ammunition included 9mm 23 gauge cartridges, .23, .44 and .38 rounds. Further, the statement said the ranks discovered 3.2 pounds of marijuana during the search. Ballistics tests will be conducted on the weapons discovered as part of the investigation.
Drink and taste, you will never decline. Extra lemon and lime, it's the 2 combined. It's one of a kind. Extra lemon and lime, extra lemon and lime. Taste the citrus in every sip.
It's here! Igloo Ice Cream Fruit Bars. 4 mouth-watering flavors. Mango, pineapple, strawberry, and soursop. A beautiful combination of real fruit and igloo ice cream. Go old school with fruity popsicle, classic flavors, and refreshing goodness. Available at Igloo outlets and all your favorite shops.
From the Army, I go to the police force, spend 5 years service. Then take a break and join Sheriff Security. And so far the experience has been good and I'm enjoying it. I like my work, very dedicated and determined. Very nice company, have a lot of benefits. So I think Sheriff Security is one of the best so far for me, for my experience.
diplomat Ronald Austin Sr. sought to give some clarity on the use of a diplomatic passport and what immunity applies. With more than 40 years in the diplomatic service, Austin is of the opinion that a diplomatic passport does not guarantee one immunity, and this is in regard to the laws of the visiting country.
Immunity means that you are accorded certain courtesies, say, as a minister, and that you ought not to be pestered, arrested, or that kind of thing. But if the country to which you're going, the officials concerned, for any reason have the belief or the understanding that you may not be entirely operating within the laws of that country, whether you have a diplomatic passport, a service passport, or an ordinary passport, they're going to stop you. And I've been following this matter a bit in the press. It is not true that ministers are never stopped and searched. They are. I mean, I think John Kerry was stopped, I think, sometime in Egypt a few years ago. And we had, I remember my own experience, Cheryl Miles, who was at the time the ambassador to Caracas, who in London, if I remember correctly, who was stopped and searched by the British officials. It all depends, it does not mean that diplomatic passport gives you automatic immunity, that you cannot be stopped and searched. That is not right. You're talking of the Geneva Convention of 1961. That deals exclusively with diplomacy and diplomats. If you go through the convention, there is no specific reference to ministers. The courtesy given to ministers is at the discretion of the government concerned. And those ministers who are traveling to various parts of the world, when they get to the airport of the country concerned, it is the officials who accompany the minister who will decide how they are to be treated at the airport.
The former head of the Foreign Service Institute of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs believes that a diplomatic passport should be used when one is traveling on official business, while the ordinary passport should be used when traveling for personal matters.
Well, if a minister is traveling, for example, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs ought to inform, say, the State Department or the Foreign Office in Britain, depending on where they're going, to facilitate the entry of the minister or the top official. It's always best to tell the country concerned that you have an important official who will be passing through your airport. If you don't do that, a number of problems can arise.
He shed some light on the much publicized issue involving Natural Resources Minister Vikram Bharat, where the minister was quoted as saying that the airline arranged for courtesies to be extended to him to expedite clearance at the JFK airport. Mr. Austin said airline officials have no such authority.
I don't know why or how a flight attendant can have that authority. That is authority conferred strictly on the State Department officials, the Foreign Office officials, or the officials of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the country concerned. That is not something that any government can extend willy-nilly to a flight attendant or to anybody else. They'd be asking for trouble if they did.
A video surfaced on social media showing the minister walking with a border security officer and what appears to be two federal investigators. Minister Bharat said he was not questioned or detained. This was followed by the U.S. Embassy in an invited comment saying that the minister had a meeting at the airport, that he was not interrogated or detained, and that any further questions should be directed to Homeland Security.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washi me use wash me clothes and I can say Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks to Washi soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright. Have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market.
house at Lot 304 West Ramvelt was last night destroyed by a fire, leaving a man known as Tony homeless. At the time of the fire, the house was unoccupied. Maureen Atterley, a neighbor, and her granddaughter recounted the incident.
Yeah, so I was lying down on my bed and I smelled the smoke. I didn't see the smoke first, and then I was in the back room, that's my room. Then I came over in front, which is my grandmother's room, and I see the smoke. Then we came outside. Then I see this like a small fight between the louvers. And when I came on the bridge, this bridge, and I start screaming for Uncle Tony, the whole roof went up. Like it happened so fast. And there's when they start trying to kick the door down. But they was getting shocked, but eventually the gates open and they realized nobody was inside.
I don't know the exact time, right, because I was in bed, right, but we saw smoke coming from the neighbor, right, and I know it's him alone living there, so we tried to call him and so, but we didn't get no response, and then after we see the smoke start going up more at the fire.
There wasn't answering the phone. My brother had to go right around and get him. And when the truck come, they said the pump wasn't working or something. We had to wait on another truck that thing came from town. So we had to wait for that one to come, even though they have a fire hydrant right on there.
She says she's thankful to the Guyana Fire Service.
Well, I thank Yahweh for that, right? Because we are saints, right? And we are very blessed.
The Guyana Fire Service managed to contain the fire to the one house. An investigation was launched to ascertain the origin of the fire. For these and other stories, do visit us at our website www.rdproductiongy.com.